Hello everyone, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here, that you found this video. Today we'll practice some rounds of seated sun salutations. I am a big fan and believer of finding ways to make yoga postures and sequences accessible to many bodies. And for many of us, especially populations of individuals with limited mobility or challenges with balance, the flow of the sun salutation can be quite a challenge. So having a way to practice along from a chair can be a big help and very empowering, which is empowerment and confidence and esteem. These are all themes of the third chakra, Manipura chakra, which is where the sun salute really fits in energetically. So if we think about the Manipura chakra as our internal sunshine, you might consider this flow as an opportunity to salute that in yourself. So we really do want everyone to have the opportunity to salute that quality within their inner fire and resilience and will and sunshine. Wonderful. So without further ado, we'll begin. And I just want to check in that first of all, you are in a chair without arms and a chair without wheels so that you feel safe and secure in your seat. I do have a strap here today. So this can be helpful as we will explore a couple of lunges through our flow. Now there's many variations of the lunges, one of which, if it's comfortable for you, might involve holding a leg up towards your belly or your chest. So you can use a strap for that if needed. If you don't have a strap, don't worry. You can use like a tea towel or a scarf, something like that. Or we have other variations of the flow, so not to worry. And our first posture that we'll begin from, just like in the classic sun salutation, so if you're familiar with that, we're going to follow along through the classic sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. First posture is mountain pose, Tadasana. So a symmetrical, relatively easeful position. You might close your eyes as you begin to tune into the body. Noticing your level of energy today. Honoring that as we flow along, taking rest whenever you need. But also checking in as you might find that your level of energy shifts through the practice. Scanning through the physical body and notice any areas that may need a little bit of extra support. As you move through your flow, really honor what your body needs. You can find your own unique variations to anything that I would offer. Know that what I guide is really just an offering, a suggestion, but you can definitely stray from this flow to suit the needs of your unique body, your unique practice. Notice what the body needs without judgment, but rather with the tone or through the lens of tailoring the gift of this practice to the unique needs that your body has. So you can really love on your body with this sequence. Surya Namaskar can be translated into English to mean the salute to the sun, bowing to, saluting, being in reverence of the sun. Those qualities that the sun represents to us. a fiery energy, an activation, new beginnings like the rising sun in the morning time, power, the solar power within that gives us focus and purpose and determination. A sense of self. That is what we will be saluting today. You might think of these poses as a way to salute that within your own being. Feeling tall and strong in your mountain pose. The foundation for all of the other postures we'll find in this flow. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Now breathe out of your mouth. One more time, deep breath in. And a cleansing exhale. Now let's begin inhaling. Draw the shape of the sun around you. Arms reach up. You might lift your heart. Exhale, fold forward and down, diving like a bird into a forward fold, Uttanasana. This can take any shape that you need it to. You might prefer to keep your head up above your heart. If your blood pressure is unregulated, if you have a migraine or if there's dizziness, any of that type of thing, if you're prone to that in your body, any ocular conditions, keep your head up. If it feels safe and comfortable to soften down over or between the legs, then you can find that expression of a forward fold. Now, from here, we will inhale to lift just half of the way up. Really press through your feet, pushing down into the ground to lift without using your hands. Call on the core as well. And we pause here, kind of hovering like we got stuck, lifting halfway up. Then exhale, fold and soften back down. Breathe in. We're going to lift ourselves upward and transition into a plank pose, seated plank. So your legs can stretch out. Keep a little bend in your knees. You might scooch to the edge of your seat so that you can move your legs more freely. Toes draw back. You might imagine that you're at the top of a push-up, that you're on the ground and you're at the top of a push-up, really firing up your arms, pressing out through your hands, breathing deeply, engaging your core. Good. Now as you exhale, imagine you're lowering to the bottom of a push-up. Slowly with control, your hands come in front of your shoulders. Then inhale, as if you're laying on your belly, on your yoga mat. Imagine a yoga mat under your belly, and you're sending your shoulders down and back. Your shoulder blades, your elbows reach back in this seated cobra pose, opening through the heart. You might reach your heart up toward the sky. Core still awake here, alert. Good. Now let's exhale. Hinge from your hips to fold forward a little bit here. Keep your spine long, that's the priority. Arms can reach up as if they're extensions of your spine. Seated, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. We're taking this first round a little bit more slowly, and then we'll move with the breath. Inhale to lift yourself up to a tall seat. Then exhale, we'll come to a seated lunge. The right knee starts to lift up toward the chest, maybe out toward the side, making room for the belly if needed. You can also hold your your thigh instead of your shin. You might use a strap here. This is where our straps can be very handy. to give ourselves a bit more length to our arms. Now, if none of these are comfortable, none of these expressions are comfortable for your hip, your right hip, you might keep your toes down on the floor, either rooting through the bottoms of your toes or lifting to the tips. Even here, we're getting a flexion for our hip. So that might be your edge, your comfort today. Listen to your body. Wonderful. One more deep breath in and out. Inhale, lengthen back out through the leg. Exhale, both ankles come underneath the knees, fold forward. Inhale, reverse, swan diving. All the way up to seated. Exhale, hands draw to the heart. Beautiful. Now you might notice different sensations from right to left side after the lunge on one side but not yet the other. Maybe you're feeling a bit warmer now, perhaps more energized. Let's take a breath in together. Breathing out fully. Inhale, arms sweep out, reach upward to your own degree. Heart lifts. Exhale, diving forward and down. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana, long spine here, strong core. Exhale, fold. Inhale, seated plank pose. Both legs stretch out. All of your toes reach back. You're at the top of an imaginary push-up here. But this is still very activating, very, very activating. Imagine someone pushing on your arms and they're not moving. So you're really strong here through your arms, through your hands, like you're holding weight with your hands, pressing against resistance. And imagine that resistance as you exhale, hands come in front of the shoulders, like you just lowered down in your push-up. Inhale, the heart reaches forward and upward, cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Imagine you're pressing the air above you. Arms like extensions of your spine. You exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, you can come to sit tall. Relax your arms. Exhale, lunge with left knee, drawing inward to your own degree. Maybe that's one of these expressions. You might hold your thigh or even around your shin. Wherever you are, open across the chest. The shoulders draw down and back, nice and tall through the spine. Exhale. Inhale, leg reaches out. Exhale, knees bend, ankles under knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and soften. Inhale, reverse, swan diving. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do that same flow again, one time on either side. Breathing in, lifting the heart. Breathing out, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lowering, like you're lowering to the ground in a push-up. Inhale, heart shines forward, upward, shoulder blades hug back. Exhale, downward dog, like you're a sideways V shape. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, right knee draws into your own degree. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, fold. So your knees bend. Halfway lift, deep breath in. You're not using your hands to hold yourself as you pause. Exhale, fold again. Reverse, diving. Reverse hinging from your hips with a nice long spine. Then exhale, hands to the heart. And on the left side now. Halfway lifting. Folding, softening, exhale. Inhale, plank pose. Activate your arms. Activate your hands. Exhale. This is like a seated chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, open the heart. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Sitting tall. Exhale, lunge, left knee drawing in. Inhale, reach back out through your left leg. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and soften. Breathing in, reverse, swan, diving all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's pause here. Deep breaths. You might breathe in and out of your nose, or perhaps in through your nose, out through your mouth. And now, next I would love to offer you a way to transition into some other postures in case you are moving along in a practice and you might notice some other folks are they're on a yoga mat doing some flows of Sun Salutations, some rounds of Surya Namaskar, and then say they start to move in to warrior postures from their Sun Salutations. And I'll just offer you a way that you can flow along with them from your chair. So this is also helpful if you're guiding students and one of your students or perhaps several of your students need to be seated, or maybe you're guiding a whole chair class. Then you can keep everybody flowing along together through the practice in a way such as this. Just an offering that I'm excited to share. So let's take a deep breath in together. Another cleansing exhale. And again from this mountain pose, from Tadasana. Slow, steady exhale. Beautiful. Now breathing in, arms reach out and up toward the sky. Your heart may lift as well. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lifting. Exhale, melting forward. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, inhale, plank pose with your arms in front. Exhale, hands here to the shoulders. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. So sometimes there's like a little step from a three-legged dog or from downward dog into a lunge. Let's inhale to sit tall. Exhale, we can find our seated lunge. The right knee can come in to your own degree. So remember, this can be whatever you need it to be. Holding thigh, shin, using strap, whatever you need. Say the whole class is shifting into warrior two pose. Let's take the right leg over from our lunge over the side of the chair. The left foot can root down now. The hips face the right side or your left side when you're coming into warrior two on this side here. And your arms can open wide. Notice you're not leaning at all. Similarly, we can shift to warrior one pose by turning the shoulders to point in the same direction as the bent leg. So you might adjust through your foot a little bit here to make sure your knee is happy. We want to honor the comfortable range of motion for the body. Arms could reach up. Deep breaths. And just for fun, we'll explore a crescent lunge as well together. So you can do this by tucking the knee under the hip. Your toes might tuck. A crescent lunge is like a high runner's lunge, or sometimes you can find this from a low lunge with the knee down. And this is a way to modify from seated. You could scooch your knee back, starting to feel the stretch for your hip flexors, your quads, and the front of your thigh. You might even untuck your toes, slide back a little bit further if you wish to exaggerate that lengthening through the front of your back leg. So you find the stretch that feels comfortable, suits your body. And again, your arms can reach up, or you could do a little bit of lateral stretching from here, those types of wonderful things. Good. Slowly the hands lower. The arms relax. You might hold the back of your chair to help you to reach back out through your heel. Toes point upward. Let's reach out through the right side leg, facing forward. Deep breath in. Then exhale, bend the knees, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale, reverse, swan dive. You might lift your heart. Hands gather at the heart center. So we'll move through those postures on the opposite side for symmetry's sake. And you might even take time to explore your own unique variations or to fine-tune the postures. From side to side, they could be very different. So honor what this left side of the body needs or what this opposite side needs. On your next inhale, trace a big, bright, beautiful sun around you. Lift the heart like you're getting some sunshine on the heart, the face. Exhale, we bow to the sun, to those qualities of power within. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold and exhale. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, hands in front of shoulders like you are doing a push-up. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, seated, downward facing dog. Inhale, nice tall seat. Exhale, left knee draws in. So you're in your lunge here, and you may wish to transition to some other postures rather than just moving through the same flow again and again. You can change it up and get creative. You might step to warrior two pose. Left foot can reach out to the side of your chair. So it's actually over the left side of your chair, ankle under knee, toes pointing out toward the left side. Notice in warrior two pose, the hips still, they face over to the side. And then the arms can open out like a capital letter T shape as you gaze beyond your front left fingertips. Take a deep breath here, in and out. Let's inhale warrior one pose. You turn your shoulders to face your left side. Arms reach up overhead if that's feeling comfortable for your shoulders. You could also bring your hands to your heart. Honor if you need to modify the position of your right leg there. Being mindful of what's comfortable for your knee. From warrior one pose, Let's transition to a crescent lunge. Now you might hold the back of your chair for support. As you do this, you can start to drop the knee under the hip, perhaps even scooching the knee backward. Toes may remain tucked. You can press into your toes like you're about to take off into a sprint, or you might lower the toes, tops of the toes down if that's available for your foot and ankle, to really be lengthening through the whole front of the leg. So this is more like a seated low lunge, low crescent lunge. And this is a nice way to find the high crescent lunge. Arms could reach up. Breath is steady, smooth and steady. Exhale, arms relaxing down. Stretch out through your right heel, then the left. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. You might melt over your legs or between your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and soften. Inhale, reverse, swan diving. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Coming back to mountain pose. Coming back to stillness. Breathing in stillness. Noticing how you feel after that flow and sequence. Where you've created strength. Where you've created space. Maybe that flow is new to you. Perhaps a familiar flow. Either way, thank yourself for being open to exploring your practice today. You can flutter open through your eyes if they're closed. And as you continue to simmer in the afterglow of those rounds of seated Sun Salutations, seated Surya Namaskar, I would love to hear what might be coming up for you, how you're feeling after the flow. Chair yoga is such a wonderful practice that can adapt some of our classic flows to suit a much broader population of bodies in the world, so that many, many more can enjoy the benefits of yoga. So I'm so grateful that you took time to explore this flow with me today. And do let me know if there is anything that you wish to share. You can share it in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. I do offer chair yoga practices on my channel, so be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if this is something that supports you and is of interest to you in your practice, your personal practice, or maybe in your teaching. Thank you again, and have a lovely day. Namaste.